YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. It's your boy, Mr.2000. Sorry I haven't been on in a couple of weeks. My internet was damaged really bad, and they had to redo a lot of shit on my internet. So it got up yesterday, and I haven't really even been doing rants. I've been busy. I had my family reunion. I lost somebody in my family. The devil's been real busy, man. So I haven't really even been able to stay on my game, but I'm back. And the only reason I was going to actually not do a rant until Tuesday, but I've been getting emails and all types of Twitter messages, and man, I've never gotten this much requests to comment on something. And big up to my homegirl Jasmine Johnson. I call her Peach, but what up, Peach? But and big up to my homeboy Phil Small, aka School Rossetti. You know what I'm saying? They hit me up about this Trayvon Martin verdict. Now, I was gonna do a Trayvon Martin how I felt about the case. I didn't know they were gonna do the verdict on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain. I haven't been keeping up with it as much as I should. I'll peek in every now and again. My biggest thing was I didn't want to deal with it because I didn't want to deal with the race factor. Because once his parents said they believed that George Zimmerman wasn't racist, I was done. You know, so I figured, okay, this is just an idiot that was trying to be a cop and killed a young boy. So justice is going to, prevail. As you know, the verdict came in and he was not guilty. And first off, let me say that when I heard the verdict, I felt like the air got sucked out of my lungs. And basically, I've been trying my hardest not to make this a race issue. I'm trying, because I'm one of those new age African Americans to where I don't like using the race card. I don't like saying that the white man does this to me. I don't like saying that white man's the reason why things are going on because, quite frankly, a lot of people use that as an excuse, and that's not the case in most cases with African Americans. Sometimes we are just lazy. Sometimes things are just the way they are because you don't want to work hard. You want things given to you. But in this case, I have to pull it out. I have to pull out the race card, you know what I'm saying? And because I'm still not going to say that George Zimmerman is racist. Because as far as I know, he's Hispanic. And I feel like Hispanics catch more flack than African Americans do at this point in time to me, because they are stereotyped more, and they, go back over the border type stuff. But Zimmerman doesn't even sound Hispanic. It sounds white, but maybe he is white. I'm not sure. But basically, a jury of peers, those weren't Trayvon Martin's peers, found him not guilty. And Florida has that stand your ground law. And my thing is this not guilty verdict just kind of basically like saying open season on African American teenagers in Florida. In Sanford, I got people in Sanford, Florida. I got people, and that's a suburb of Orlando, and I got people in Orlando too. So that really bothers me because, I got, my homegirl, she's out there with her daughter, and I got a partner out there. He has a son around Trayvon Martin's age, a little bit younger. Yeah, he's a little younger, but I don't want it to be to the point where one of my people loses the kid. Like Emmett Till's mama said it best. She wasn't worried about the South, what was going on in the South, until she lost her son to the South. You know what I'm saying? So, people don't make it their business until it is their business. And then, by then it's too late. So, this is crazy because, the reason why I feel so adamant about this is because I had to compare this to a couple other crimes. Like, for instance, Michael Vick was convicted and sentenced to, 2 years? For fighting dogs. Not even fighting dogs. He was just financing it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go off race. What's her name? The one lady that, the white lady that got convicted of embezzling money, Martha Stewart. Yeah, Martha Stewart did a year in jail because she basically got a tip that her money was about to be gone, and she took her money out, and they put her in jail for a year. Alright, that's nuts. You know what I'm saying? A lady in Florida fired warning shots to protect her children and was sentenced to like 22 years. She didn't even hit nobody, but she got sentenced to 22 years. A guy, 80 miles from Sanford, I heard he got pardoned, but basically the same crime. He shot a teenager and was sentenced to 8 years for manslaughter, but I believe it got overturned. I'm not sure. So why is George Zimmerman not? I'm not saying that George Zimmerman should do life, because I don't know. No one knows exactly what happened as far as if Trayvon attacked him or whatever. All I know is that Trayvon didn't have a gun. He had an iced tea and some Skittles, and he was shot dead. And then his body, they took pictures of his body and had them all over the fucking internet, man. That's horrible. But I'm not going to wild out too much about it, because there's enough people wilding out about it as is, and we're outraged. African Americans and all races are outraged. Anybody who has children are outraged about this, man. And a lot of racist people going around, and they're making. And I think the biggest mistake, because I'm looking at it from all angles. One, we should never have made this about race. The case should have been made on the fact that this man blew away a child who was unarmed. He was on the phone with the 911 operator, and she said, do not pursue, but he did it anyway. On the phone with the fucking 911 operator, and blew Trayvon away. Another angle I'm looking at it as, this case should not have gotten the media press it got. That's why it was made a racial issue. That's why it was basically, this is one of those cases where the race card was pulled and it shouldn't have been pulled. You know what I'm saying? Because Chicago's death toll is well in the 200s as of July, as of this month. And there's no, other than Janiyah Watkins and the other young lady that passed, they got shot and killed, you don't hear much about what's going on in Chicago. So, but then again, it's black folks killing people, so I guess they don't care. So that's why I feel like it has became a race issue, because I'm looking at all the stuff that's happened in the past to different celebrities, different people, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with our country? To the point where a man, just because he feels threatened by a child walking past his house, can blow him the fuck away and not go to jail for it. I'm not saying George Zimmerman should have got life once again, but Jesus Christ, man. I'm never moving to Florida. That stand your ground law needs to be revisited, relooked at. Because now it's open season on all kids. Nobody's going to want to let their kids go outside in Sanford, Florida. No one. Because now you got a bunch of happy motherfuckers with guns ready to blow these kids away if they feel threatened at any means. You know what I'm saying? I have nephews. I have little cousins that like to play. You know, when you was a kid and you be playing and the ball go in somebody else's yard, Imagine you playing ball with your homie and the ball goes into your neighbor's yard. You go into the yard to get it and you get blown the fuck away because your neighbor said they felt threatened. And then they get away with it. That's not right, man. That's not right at all. Also, I feel like, I feel like that, well, there's a rumor going around. And I'm not even sure if it's true. I haven't watched the news. I need to get back on my news game. That the Obama administration has filed a civil rights charges against George Zimmerman because because of what happened. Okay, now if this is true, that's fine. But I feel like this case of George Zimmerman, it needs to go to the Supreme Court or something. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously the prosecutor wasn't doing their job. Obviously, people weren't doing their fucking job. I mean, this is open and shut case. You shot a child that was unarmed with some tea and some Skittles. You dumb fuck. You need to go to jail for a little bit. Not life. Because if Trayvon did attack him, hey, I wouldn't have shot the little boy. I would have beat the fuck out of him, but I wouldn't have shot him. You know what I'm saying? I work with kids every day. Kids who wear hoodies. I would be devastated if I came to work and found out one of my kids got shot because they were in somebody else's yard. We live in an area here in Wichita, Kansas. I work in my job is secluded in the area that's around a bunch of trigger happy motherfuckers like that. That's why we keep our kids in the house, on the premises. My heart goes out to the Martin family. My heart goes out to all the people who testify on Trayvon's behalf. To everyone who worked their ass off to try to make this happen. And just for the record, I don't like nobody going to jail. But like I said, when you do something fucked up, you need to be punished for it. And George Zimmerman murdered that child, and he needs to be punished some way. I mean, and the funny thing about it is, a friend of mine was saying, well, when OJ got off, weren't you happy about it? At the time, I felt like OJ was innocent. After he ran his mouth and started saying that weird shit, then I got questioned. But think about it. OJ Simpson got all those years now for trying to steal back his own stuff. Think about that. He got all that time for stealing back some stuff that was stolen from him. But George Zimmerman walked free for blowing away a teenager who had Skittles and a tea on him. Michael Vick fought dogs and got 2 years in jail. Meanwhile, George Zimmerman walked free for blowing away a child who had a pack of Skittles and a tea. Y'all love this country, man.